The final profile I'll need to create the lofted thumb rest geometry will be created using the split line feature. This split line will be created using a free-form spline sketch. I've used this procedure a couple of times already, once for each of the handle transitions. You might remember that the split line feature can lead to unwanted split faces depending on the position of the sketch used. In this case, I'd like to create the sketch in a way that allows me to avoid unnecessary split faces. Consider the plane I just used to create the spline profile. If I were to sketch a profile here and project the split line to the handle, I would generate unwanted split lines on several faces. To avoid this, I'm going to offset this plane so it's inside the handle. This will allow me to create the split line in the opposite direction, avoiding all unwanted split faces. The easiest way to do this is to copy the existing plane using the Control-Drag method. I'll press the Control key and drag the plane until visually it looks right. The offset distance ends up being about 0.5 inches. I'll click OK to complete the offset plane, and I can move on to creating the profile for the split line. I'll begin the profile by creating a construction line. Its length will follow the endpoints of the thumb rest profile. In this case, automatic relations don't capture the coincident relations to the endpoints, so I'll add them manually. Next, I'll create the spline profile, staying just inside the boundaries of the handle. Remember to use the Control key to avoid unwanted automatic relations along the way. As with previous splines, I'll add symmetric relations between corresponding points. This process of creating symmetric splines can be avoided with a small amount of upfront preparation. You can add a predefined spline to your design library with the symmetric relations already included. You can even have several predefined splines, each with a varying number of control points. Once the spline profile looks good, I'll create the split line feature, making sure to use the single direction option. With the split line in place, I can now create the loft feature. I'll select the profile starting with the split face, then the spline, ellipse, and point. For the start constraint, I'll use tangency to face, and for the end constraint, I'll use normal to profile. Finally, I'll select the two guide curves and click OK.